I'm suing US Immigration by penguinz0, aka Charlie.
The title's not clickbait. I am actually suing US Immigration. I'm sure a lot of you already know the reason why, but let me catch you up to speed for those of you that might not know the lore. So hop on in. Let me take you on a little adventure here through this infuriating journey of dealing with US Immigration Department, and in particular, one whippets-addicted, bedwetting homunculus agent there that absolutely just had a grudge against our esports organization, Moist Esports.
Okay.
I swear to God, if anime was real, I'd have enough rage against the U.S. Immigration Department to finally go Super Saiyan. I cannot stand how corrupt that agency is. I've already made 2 videos having a conniption about it and losing my mind like a caveman who discovered fire for the first time. But what I discovered is just pure, rotten to the core, blatant corruption. I've explained the situation in great detail, but I'll give you the very short explanation for it. Our esports Apex squad consists of 3 Australians and 1 American. The 3 Australians were denied entry into this country multiple times over the course of 6 months. One of the reasons they gave us was they didn't believe they were as highly ranked as we stated they were. Even
What? That's a legit. Okay, if I got that as an email, right? Say I was running a business, say if I was running an esports organization, which that's a lot of money. I'm not going to say it's not a lot of money, right? And I got an email back that said, "Oh, well, we don't think they're as highly ranked as you were." My first thing, having worked in finance, right, is going to be, I need to send this to whatever spam thing there is. I need to report this as spam because this does not make sense. This is not how it should be responding, right? If you get, say, an email or a text saying, "Hi, I'm from X bank and there was a transaction on your account and you need to log in with us at," and there's a hyperlink, right? That's not your bank, right? Okay, that's not your credit union. That's not your financial institution. You report that as phishing every single time, okay? Right? I would handle this, what he's going through, exactly as that. Like, I do not believe that this is a legitimate person working for the U.S. Department of Immigration. That is absolutely asinine.
No, we gave them all of the leaderboards, the official standings, and they could also just Google that if they didn't believe us. But we even had an EA official, one of the highest ranking executives at EA, lobby for us and write on our behalf about how important our team is to the esports for Apex because we are so highly ranked.
Wow. Rare EAW. No, I'm going to give EA the win on that one.
And U.S. Immigration didn't believe that that guy was a real authority. He thought he was like the fucking Satchmo or something. Like the guy didn't exist. They just wiped their ass with that guy's entire resume, just writing him off as some kind of make-believe EA cryptid.
Wow.
We fought a losing battle against U.S. Immigration. The reasons were so fucking silly, and it prevented our team from coming into the country, which upended our entire plans of having them here for the Split 1. Luckily, we got them into Canada. They played all of Split 1 in Canada, and they finished 2nd. So that means they qualified for the biggest tournament, which is the Apex LAN Major, which is happening right now in LA. But since we were denied so many times, they couldn't actually get to LA, which left us with only one option, which I was fucking freaking out about in the last video, where we had to release our team because they couldn't come to the US under our umbrella, the Moist Esports umbrella. We had to release them for them to even have a chance at playing at that LAN. But boy howdy, wouldn't you know it, that didn't work. They were denied ESTA vistas. If any of you are foreign and have ever been to America, you know what an ESTA is. It's like a 99% success rate with getting an ESTA visa. Almost no one gets declined. You have to be like a notorious terrorist to get your ESTA visa declined.
Wow.
Fucking Osama bin Laden might have even been able to get an ESTA. That is how easily accessible those are. Yet, 2 out of 3 of our Australians were denied ESTAs. So
okay, like how though? Like how? That absolutely boggles me. Like at this point, this feels targeted, right? I think at this point, connecting the dots, right? We can go, oh, well, 1.2.3.4. How many of these dots make a line, right? I think reasonably, especially when you're dealing with bureaucracy and even in companies, not just government, when you're dealing with companies and you try pushing for something and again and again and again and again, it just gets denied. At a certain point, you're like, okay, but is this targeted though? Like, that is the excuse to put on the Karen cap and be like, look, I need to speak to your supervisor at this point, right? Like, this is actually ridiculous, right? Like, for example, say somebody was applying for a line of credit or something like that, and they kept getting me, right? And every single time, they kept getting denied, when in fact, actually, I've dealt with this in my personal life, where there's a financial institution that I'm a part of, and they, regardless of how high my credit score is, they never seem to want to budge, right? And I'm like, well, I want to go from a adjustable rate, right? I want to go from a variable rate into a fixed rate. And they're like, well, we can't do that, right? We need, 2 years of you doing YouTube. We need official stuff like that. And it's like, bro, I literally got a loan over here. I got several loans, in fact, actually, and a double increase in my credit score for doing YouTube, and there were none of these questions. At a certain point, you have to ask, is this targeted? At a certain point, you have to ask, how much of this is bogus? Is this institution integral? And that applies to this situation. Is there integrity here? Is there honesty here? Is there just someone with an absolute grudge? Did Charlie piss off someone in the Department of Immigration at some point with the video, right? You have to really ask these questions. And at that point, if there is a bias there, if there is something that's this, oh, well, we're not going to allow you based on these variables, right? That's not professional. You are in an official position. I can't, I'm going to put this in a tier up from, say, what I worked in a financial institution, right? I can't tell someone to piss off, right? I have to be professional. I have to be kind. I have to be courteous. I get your frustration. I understand that you're not able to access this today. Let me assist you with this. This is the reason I wouldn't fix this, right? You have to be professional. And now when you get into government work and bureaucracy, because you are a public servant, I think you should be held to a higher standard, as apparently controversial and a hot take as that is anymore. But no, this is absolutely asinine. This feels targeted at this point. There is enough here that feels like this is just strict unprofessional bias from this.
Only one of them, Imti, was allowed to come in on an ESTA, which means he got here while the other two couldn't.
Right.
That's inexplicable. Why were 2 of them rejected, but Imti's was accepted? They were in the same boat, and yet for some reason, it was him that was okay, but the other 2, no, they're in fucking danger. You guys are trying to smuggle in Romulans or something to take over America from the inside out. The land of the free and the home of the fuck me in the face. That is inexplicably stupid. If all 3 of them got rejected, then maybe they had found something, but no, that didn't even happen. They rejected 2 out of 3. So what the fuck could the reason for that possibly be? We speculated it's because they reapplied for ESTAs even though they still had a little time left on their previous ones, so maybe that flagged it in their system. But that might not be it, because Inti still got through, but the other 2 didn't. It's stupid.
So how does this even work, right? This is absolutely strange to me, right? So for instance, if I apply for a loan, right? Because once again, financial experience, if I apply for a loan and I get declined on the loan, right? They're going to go, well, your credit score's not high enough. Your debt to income ratio isn't where we want it to be, right? Oh, well, you've had a prior incident with this institution. We no longer want to offer you business, right? Or you have too many loans at other institutions and we actually like to consolidate our loans here, right? Okay, but you've given me a reason here. The fact that he's having to speculate, if that gets denied, right? If these visas, ESTA visas, if they get denied, why is there no reason provided, right? Reason provided, oh, you're on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list, right? Well, hot damn. You've really cleared that one up, right? In a situation where it will be a top 10 on the FBI's most wanted list, right? Or the fact that there's no reason attached also just detracts legitimacy from whoever his correspondence is that is just giving him an absolute hard time.
Super stupid. So that made an even bigger problem, because getting denied an ESTA means you're basically shit out of luck.
Right.
So we were going to have to they were going to be playing this major with only 2 out of 3 of their players and no coach, because 2 of them just couldn't get in. So we were pretty much out of options. By this point, our team hadn't been playing together for fucking weeks.
Right.
Because Waltzy and Kyle, the Australians that were declined, were still unable to make it into America. So in a last-ditch Hail Mary effort, we applied for B1 visas, which I think probably some of you have heard of before. And in order to do those, that's an in-person interview with the actual embassy. And to be able to actually talk to somebody here is huge, because when you're dealing with US immigration, you're talking to soulless androids that do not want to be there and do not do their job at all.
Then go get a different job. I have no sympathy for this, right? Okay, look, the gas station attendant that's overnight, right? He's there to get a paycheck. He's there because it works with his hours, right? Cool. The person working at a fulfillment facility is there for a paycheck, right? They could care less if the conveyor belt catches on fire, allegedly. Right? There are people that I've spoken to, actually at my former place that I worked in finance, that are just like, look, I'm here for a paycheck, man. And they did still a very good job, right? If you are there for a paycheck, shit or get off the pot, okay? Look, there's someone else that would take your job in a heartbeat, right? There are people that would be set on a government salary. If your whole thing is to make arbitrary barriers to not allow your job to take place, the people that would be engaging you for your job, but your barriers allow those people to not engage with you for your job, I think we have a problem here. And I think that comes across as unprofessional. There's also a word for it. It's when you're not doing your job, you're willingly not doing your job, right? Where if you're on a construction site and you're supposed to be laying some pipe, but you're, I don't know, just off on some roof smoking somewhere, right? Not on a break, right? We're talking like the whole shift. You've just absolutely just derelicted your duty, that kind of thing, right? That's a problem, in my opinion, okay? Like, whoever this person's supervisor is, they need to have a chat with them. They need to have a chat with them. They need to reevaluate if they understand what they're doing. They need to send them through mandatory extra training courses. They need to get this on lock. Because if you don't want to piss off one entity, well, it's the IRS. But if you want to piss off another entity, it's the internet.
But we were able to set up appointments for a B1 visa interview for both Kyle and Waltzy in Lisbon. So we had to fly them over the course of like 3 days, mind you, from Canada to Lisbon to sit down for that interview. They nailed the interview. They got their B1 visas. We then had to fly them from Lisbon to America, all in the span of only a couple of days. And they finally touched down in this God-blessed patriotic country 2 days ago, where they could finally play together as a team. So as you can imagine, since they hadn't played together in so fucking long, the cohesion was a little rough around the edges.
Right.
Because US Immigration slapped us so hard, a biblical smackdown, to try and ruin our chances of winning this major, of which they are one of the top competing teams in the tournament and one of the favorites to win it all.
Right.
US Immigration did everything possible to make it unwinnable. And yet our team is defying fate. We played today, our final group, and we were able to not only place first on the day with 62 points, but we were able to lock down winner's side. I keep saying
Nice.
this mysterious squad known as Not Moist was able to, against all the odds that US Immigration stacked against us, lock down winner's side for tomorrow. And I couldn't be more proud of this group of gentlemen, which I am not associated with on any paperwork whatsoever. They are not our team. They literally are not our team, but I am still very proud of this group. Through all of this adversity that was entirely unnecessary, unwarranted, unjust, and, dare I say it, potentially illegal, they have still
allegedly
risen to the occasion to perform so fucking well. I want to show you clips from that, but as the title of the video would indicate, I am suing US Immigration. We, Moist Esports, are suing US Immigration. We've talked with our lawyers and they agree that this is very mysterious how it ever even got to this point. It seems like there were quite a few no-nos that were committed here. And some protocol that wasn't followed and a lot of just big red flags, like some big problems. And it just really seems like the US Immigration agent handling our case either didn't like us or just really didn't feel like doing their job. That's kind of the impression we're getting, and there's a lot of evidence to suggest some bad things that were afoot here that really made it fucking impossible for us to get our players into the country.
I agree with this, actually. And note that he's saying this after he spoke to his legal team, right? The amount of times where I've told this in the past, right? Where if I had somebody, when I was working in finance, right, say, well, I'm just going to sue you. Cool, awesome. You may speak to our legal team at this point. I do have to hang up the call at this point in time. Click, right? That is, you have now rolled for initiative. You are now in a different zone. You are now in combat, right? If he said this without talking to his lawyers, the U.S. Department of Immigration could fire back at him, right? If I were to say, I don't know, say I'm going to sue X company, right? And I had no ground sound, like I didn't even talk to a lawyer, right? They could theoretically, potentially, countersue me. Right? Well, you said this, and you're clearly going to, go with this action. Therefore, we're just going to call you out on your bluff, and we're going to go for you. And then a lot of people will actually start to, they'll buckle under that, right? Oh, well, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. To make sure I could get with the supervisor. And they're stuttering. Notice that when I've said things about when I'm frustrated in regards to copyright and stuff like that, and the way that I word things, it is never I will get my lawyer. It is never I will sue you, right? Because at that point, combat is rolled. I say things in a very specific manner, right? Look at my Epidemic Sound videos, right? Despite owning a license and still getting copyrighted by them. Look at how I say things. The moment you mention legality, you are in a different just plane entirely. The fact that he spoke to his lawyers first, I want to commend, and I want to argue that's how this should be done in the first place. Let Charlie here be the inspiration and be the standard for people that want to engage in legal practice, right? That want to engage in being litigious. You speak to your legal team first to see if you have a case or not.
And we eventually had to drop them, which is, of course, a huge blow to our organization as a whole. So we are suing them, and you know what I've learned through this lawsuit process? It turns out that there is corruption built into the U.S. Constitution itself, where even if we're successful in beating the U.S. immigration in this lawsuit, they cannot pay us out any damages, of which there is a lot. This has been a super expensive process. And there's also so much lost income here because there's so much money on the line for this tournament, as well as there's so many potential like eyes on our organization, as well as all of the legal fees. Like, it's so much money that went into this,
expensive.
All of which was just burned thanks to U.S. immigration fucking us. And no matter what happens with the lawsuit, they will not pay us back a penny at all. Now, the biggest thing that can happen from the lawsuit if we win is they overturn their decision of rejecting the Australians, which is great.
I wonder, actually, if you could go after the person at that point, right? If, well, in your dereliction of duty, you did engage in malpractice in your job. You knowingly and willingly did not do your job, so we are therefore going to sue. And obviously, this is a question for his legal team, right? If you can actually go after the individual at that point, garnish their wages, et cetera, right? And this is actually why I want to bring up, because this is actually one of those that is a very big no-no to talk about in America, I would argue, is that this is why amendments exist, right? This is why amendments exist for situations like this, where if you find something that is blatantly wrong and allows people to get out of jail scot-free effectively like this is why amendments exist. And now at that point, that starts delving into a little bit more political discussion than I want, but I want to argue, because there are people that will say, oh, well, you know, amendments this and amendments shouldn't exist, stuff like that, right? It just, you get a whole just rainbow cacophony, bukkake of just opinions, right? This is why these exist, to amend something in this document that did not account for a reason such as this, or an interaction such as this, where someone in a dereliction of duty could get away with something like this. And it will set precedent, in my opinion, going forward. Even if he wins that lawsuit, it will set precedent for things like this going forward as well. You have to remember, legality sets precedent. The reason YouTube copyright is so messed up is because of Metallica suing over a chord progression from a Canadian band. Thank you, Metallica, for making my head absolutely hurt from all of the copyright that modern YouTube is.
That is a happy ending for sure. But it was alarming to learn that the U.S. government is not liable for any of these damages that they were directly responsible for us, in regards to us. That's kind of crazy to me. So what possible incentive do the workers at U.S. Immigration have for even doing their job in the first place if no matter what happens, they don't suffer any losses?
Exactly.
So it turns out people sue the U.S. Immigration Office pretty often, and it doesn't look like they fight that frequently or fight that hard. Very rarely does a U.S. immigration lawsuit go to trial, apparently, because they're more than willing to just settle because they lose nothing. They lose nothing by not doing their job. Yep. They can't lose money. All they do is just overturn a decision, which I guess is super easy for them, perhaps. Like, so they just have no problem settling. So, like, what possible reason is there for any of the workers at U.S. Immigration to even take their job seriously?
I mean, realistically, so here's the thing, right? What if I just started working in a financial institution? What if I just started giving financial advice? I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have that paperwork, right? I have nothing that says I can legally give financial advice. Wink, wink, all you crypto bros out there that think, oh, buy my coin, it'll 500x in 3 months, right? Okay, you want to put that down? You want to put down your credentials? You want to tell me how you're a financial advisor? How you have licensing for that, right? And that's one of the things that I'm very passionate about in regards to people just giving bogus financial information. But that's the thing. Imagine, right? Imagine if I were working in my financial institution and I was just giving bogus financial advice. Oh, well, I heard about this coin. If you invest in this, I hear it'll 500x, right? And someone were to do that and lose all their money, and they would be, hey, Kip, what are you doing here? I'm going to sue you now. Well, I'm not at fault here because, policy XYZ ABC. You see how just awful that is, and how awful of a precedent and interaction that is? I wouldn't feel comfortable giving out like unsolicited and just bogus financial advice like that. And the fact that it's just like there's no repercussions, there's no accountability, there's no recourse for me on that, that's wrong.
Also can't even go after our agent in particular who mishandled this case, because to do that, we would have to pierce the corporate veil of the US fucking government. We would have to go through Uncle Sam to get to that agent, which is not happening. That is an unwinnable battle. So the individuals are protected as well. So let's say you had an agent at U.S. Immigration that's just racist. Like, by all possible definitions, he's just racist and is declining people because he doesn't like their skin color. Well, too fucking bad. That person is probably not getting fired because they don't seem to care, and you can't do anything against that person because they are protected by U.S. Immigration blanket. And U.S. Immigration isn't liable for any damages. The best they'll do is overturn a decision. So you're just kind of shit out of luck across the board.
Wow.
Like, it's worth suing U.S. Immigration to get that decision overturned if we win.
Right.
But I am stunned at how deep and rotten the system is. It is so fucking broken. It is.
So this is a federal level, is it not? Do my tax dollars pay this? Do your tax dollars pay this? Don't you think if your tax dollars are paying this dude's paycheck, you should be able to, as a public service, or a public servant, you should be able to maybe, I don't know, call for him being fired, re-educated, call for him, you know, being reprimanded in some capacity, being fired and barred from any further government work, state or federal. I mean, my tax dollars are paying him. Your tax dollars are paying him, are they not? I think this is fair. And that's the thing. Like, I just, oh, God, I have a huge thing about accountability. Call it the neurodivergent sense of justice, if you will, right? The neurospicy variant specifically. Oh, excuse me. Like, this is bad. This is so bad, and I have no sympathy for whoever this agent is. Like, it's not often that I advocate someone just be fired, but the fact that this is a federal dereliction of duty in the US as a US citizen, oh boy, you need to be barred from any office. You need to be working at a gas station. You need to be working pumping. You know, maybe you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and actually do your job. Like, I think that's fair. I think it's fair that they pull themselves by their bootstraps and they actually do their job and that they actually are engaging in accountability and ethics. Damn, what a weird concept.
It's a joke. It is a joke. But anyway, I can't get into specifics here. I'll just leave it at all of these, you know, more general statements about this case. I'll, of course, keep all of you updated through this legal process. But for now, let's end on some good news. Because like I said, our team, even in spite of all this bullshit, has popped off and secured winner's side going into tomorrow. I would love to see all of you come out there to support our squad for the watch parties. I'll be streaming it here on YouTube as well as on Twitch at Moist Critical. So please stop by, cheer on the squad, give them your energy like a giant spirit bomb. And let me just show you our final game for the day, where we actually fucking steamrolled every squad and secured winner's side. Okay. Holy fuck, yeah, get the fuck out there. Nice flush. Please, knock him. Nice.
That weave and bob, though. I don't play Apex. This is fascinating to watch. I love watching high-end play.
Flush. Oh, he's so low.
Yeah, just push that. Just fucking push that. From Destiny, almost looks like Outbreak. Nice. Man, he's caught in that crossfire.
Nice, knocked.
I'm sliding with you.
Nice. Wow.
Good shit. Hey. That's 4 points.
Wow.
We got 100. All right.
That was nutty.
Now let's get some insurance. This is so sneaky. This is devilish.
Devilishly delightful. That's the one.
Yep, here we go. This is the perfect third-party time. How did we not down him?
Yeah, that was, unfortunate. He probably had too much health.
I got one of them really weak.
Oh fuck, it's a different team.
Oh, they're getting pinched. Ooh.
He's so low, finish him. Nice, alright. Swap. Get the fuck out. Oh,
Smoke
nice.
To cover.
This is good points.
Down low ground. Coming up the hill. Okay.
That was such a good call! Aggressive calls! Finally, let's go!
Our nut is God's spot.
That is when we do our best work. Aggressive calls.
I mean, just being aggressive, that response time has to just be
Disengage.
godly.
Guild knocked one. Good shit. Good shit. You don't have to fully commit. Come on, get that bat off. Get that bat. Oh, fuck! Oh,
he
God.
got
Okay.
pinned.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. There's so many teams here now.
Yeah, this is definitely
Just survive for some extra placement points, Walsey. Please, God. No!
He's still up. He's still up.
I'm gonna smoke you res, okay?
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, this is a really sticky situation to be in.
Holy
The fact that
shit.
they're not being more aggressive is wild. It's probably how many teams are there.
Walsey, you fucking madman! You diabolical scoundrel! He did it! Holy shit! A reset! A fucking reset? In this day and age! Oh my god, there's so many! Get out, Walsey! Fuck, please! Yeah, just push him off, just push him off, push him off, push him off.
There is so much tech and movement
Yeah,
here.
just
I'm
relax,
loving
just
this.
relax. We can just farm some easy placement points here if we just don't overheat.
Right. I don't think pushing is the answer here. I don't think playing aggressive right now is the play.
Oh my
Because if they're
god!
aggressive, they can just get crossfired, right?
Go!
They just get absolutely cheesed.
Getting rid of this crap so I can place it.
Do it! Kill him! Kill him! Do it! Do it now!
On our roof again. Can I skynate these guys? I don't know.
Fulfill your destiny.
Maybe.
How many grenades do we have? Oh Jesus!
Just enough. They're camping that tower. It's good. It's got some verticality to it. It's got 2 floors to it. They have
Yeah,
the drop
fuck,
down.
the nut is still here. It's the god nut.
That's one thing. Kill them. Come with me. Can we swim together, please?
Well, hold on. Wait for the bat. Wait for the bat. We don't have to go yet. Just wait for bat. All right, now go. Now we can swing it.
Getting them.
That looks like a good arc star.
Oh, it's 3 floors.
them
Oh,
off.
even better.
Nice.
Especially if there's easy access between floors.
The thermite got nice. Ticking.
Good costicle, good costicle. They're gonna run at us.
Yep, they're gonna run at us.
Okay, friendly fire is not enabled.
Just
that
methodical
helps.
play. Very methodical play. Let's go, boys. Come on. Fucking come on. Please, please, please.
Ooh, that verdict. Ooh,
He's so low. He's so low.
he painted such a
Nice,
target for
Walty.
himself.
Nice, Walty. He's got 2. That's 2 knocks. Nice!
Ooh,
Fucking huge!
Nice.
Ah, they're going ballistic! Yes! And we're all red again? And we still have God Nut? Ah! Yes!
I'm dogging. Can you
It's all happening!
Shoot blood.
Flesh.
Well, they're out in the open. They're really pushing that. Holy crap.
Holy shit, Waltzy's deep. But I like it. Nice,
No,
guild knocked him.
He is way out there.
Yeah, just go back to Nut.
Is it going to pay off? I think it did pay off.
There's a team evacuating. Maybe going for our nut. No, it's a duo. It's a duo. It's a duo.
The fact that he got away with that scot-free. What a Chad.
That's true, Walty did kill their third.
He's up there.
I'm healing.
Indoors.
Nice.
Indoors. Indoors. Take it away, Waltzy. Man, imagine if he just got 2 knocks off that Q. That'd be fucking crazy.
Man, they're camped up
Yeah,
there.
just smoke him out.
They're
Just smoke
pretty
him out.
deep.
Healing.
Assuming that's some kind of electric
Are they
smoke.
gonna have to move before
That
us?
way he can
I think so.
try
I think they're
to
gonna have
break
to
their
move before
break their
we
route,
do.
break their position.
No, Guild, I need a bat. I need a bat. Heal. It is a Bangalore. You need to
Come on, MT. Come on, MT. He's so low.
Can you res him? Yeah, I'm gonna try to res.
Oh, fuck that grenade.
No.
Ooh, he's right there. Oh,
Please,
he
Guild.
was-
Please,
that
Guild.
was super aggressive.
Yes,
from
Guild.
him.
You're so
Nice.
clutch.
Nice
You're so
pickup.
clutch.
Guild got that clutch. Like he would
Above you,
his
above
enemy
you.
was, like,
That's fine.
super
Hey.
aggressive.
We'll take that. What a finish. What a finish.
That was wild.
All right, great day. That should secure winner's side. I think we're locked. We
God,
really
that
only
was
needed
nutty.
like 3, and I think we got like 30. That was a fucking heater.
Wow. No,
They
went
dropped
hard.
that full
That's
meat on them there. That was big.
flawless.
That was a big one.
To really
we show up here.
That was a Keanu Reeves tied to a chair moment from Knock Knock. You came into my house and you fucked me. Yeah, I think 118 should be set. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I think we should be set.
No, this should be.
Oh yeah, another 12 kills, second place, 21 point Stinkarooski.
Not
Yes,
moist.
sir.
Not moist. It's so
Fucking
good.
stink maxing out here.
Oh, that's great.
Love that. So that's Winterside, baby. Winterside secured. Where did we finish on the day? We had to have
was
finished
underneath.
first.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure we got
nutty.
first on the day here.
Enough to make the difference. Let's see as we look at our series.
I keep saying we, but it's not my team.
Where's
the
FaZe?
not
Is FaZe in
moist
this?
squad, whom I become a huge fan of.
We don't have the overall coming up.
62
Wonton
on the
Dumpling,
day,
what a
first
chat.
place. That team's they've got that X factor.
BR Demons, love the name.
No, their logo's
Wow.
pretty similar to ours, admittedly, but it's a little different.
Eh. Branding legally
We are
distinct.
locked for winner's side. There isn't enough points left for any teams to pass us. So we're good. We did it. We locked winners.
Apex!
Faulty!
This is fascinating. I love this. I haven't watched a lot of
Gotta do a better
esports.
job next time. I am here with one of the
The
greatest
caster
players,
is
not to
afraid
mention
being
the
next to a man
strongest
that
player probably
big.
in
God, look at
ALGS
Waltz, he's a
history.
monster.
Waltzy,
What an absolute
it's been a
unit.
heck of
What a
year for you
Chad.
guys. You guys moved from APAC to NA. How's the transition been?
Honestly, it was a lot of fun, to be honest.
I love his
Picking
little
up
moist
Guild
drop.
and
It's so
taking
cool.
on like a way harder region was just like, I don't know, it's like something that you kind of dream of, you know, moving to NA and playing against the big boys all the time. So it was definitely fun. That's what I'd say.
Tell them about the American dream. How much do you love being on American soil?
Changes, right?
You want some
How
brownie
great
points
was
there.
that,
Come
man?
on. You got this.
Overcome a
Yeah.
lot, right, over the past couple weeks. How have the boys been for that?
It's definitely been like ups and downs. Obviously, visa issues and stuff like that is just unnecessary pressure just leading up to LAN. But I think we coped pretty well, and I think as you guys saw today, we're still the same team that we were a couple weeks ago. So I think
Amen.
we're doing well.
A fucking
Didn't
man.
let adversity,
I mean,
overcoming
old
adversity.
owner
Didn't let it get to
Charlie
you.
is watching right now. Do you have any words for Charlie?
Just big love, man. Just cannot stress
This
enough
man.
how accommodating he has been for us, and genuinely, like, everyone at Moist has just been a rock for us. You know, this was a very stressful situation.
Was.
They did the
Past
absolute
tense, not
most for us,
currently.
so I can't say thank you. enough.
He's a good manager. Just looking at how
Was.
Charlie's doing things, he's a good
Make some
manager.
noise for one of the
Past tense.
best in
They
the
are not our
world.
team right now. The
I
man's
think-
trying to get deported. Jesus.
Thank you, peeps. Always
What a fucking day,
pleasure
though.
to see
What a
what's
day.
going on.
Wow.
Wherever we
No,
sit
that's got to be
together.
a huge relief for Charlie. So, first off, I do want to state thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Moist Critical, for one, providing such spectacular entertainment with your not team, with Not Moist. That was actually a good treat to watch. That was excellent. I don't personally play Apex. However, that is one of those things that it was very fascinating to watch. I actually am huge into casting and stuff like that. Like casting for games, stuff like that. I actually knew someone who did cast a game on a semi-professional level once upon a time. I myself am not good at games. I notoriously am awful at games. So watching people that are actually good at games, commentating on it, casting it, or analyzing what they're doing is super huge. I love it. I think it's super cool. And if I don't really know your stance on React content. I hope it was transformative as I could be. Once again, if it's not okay to react to this, please just let me know. I do keep an open door policy as far as any creative that I do react to. If they're not okay with it, just shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to take it down, and also spread the word that if you don't want React content done, I won't. Just make a post about it. Hey, person doesn't like React content being done. But this is awesome. This is an interesting video, and got a little spicy, got a little heated at some points, but that's more just I'm tired of non-accountability, especially in a lot of workplaces that I've worked in, especially finance in certain aspects as well. Tired of a lot of non-accountability, so this definitely grinds my gears a little bit, so to speak. And I also want to take a second to state that because this is a evolving situation, because this is a legal situation, there is not much that Charlie or his legal team at this time will be able to tell us. If anything, they'll be able to tell us. That is something that, legality, lawsuits, etc., they are just such an interesting beast to deal with, and all we can have is speculation. So what I do recommend is to kind of quell your speculation, make sure that you're only getting news from verified sources or Charlie himself, and that he cannot reveal everything, and even after the lawsuit is over, he might not be able to reveal anything. So just be respectful of that. Thank you, Moist Critical. Thank you, Not Moist, for being such an interesting watch. This was awesome to watch. I will give it that 4 days, obviously. So on the fourth day, it'll be uploaded. That way it has time in the algorithm. And yeah, let me know what you thought of this. Let me know if you thought Kip got a little too spicy. Let me know if you'd be very interested in commentator caster Kip, because that's something that I would absolutely love to do. I mean, I run Destiny raids, Final Fantasy 14 raids, stuff like that. I absolutely love raiding the mechanics, love looking at people doing things in a PvP setting. There are people that can make BR shots in Halo that I could only dream of. So thank you for watching. I definitely do appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one.